Hey everybody. So tomorrow I am working at the high school that I graduated from 2 years ago. I'm working there for 3 days, so I'm pretty scared because I didn't eat in the cafeteria the entire 4 years I was there, but like 3 times because of my SAD. So it's gonna be interesting. I hope the people are nice. I'm kind of scared because they have a la carte and several different lines you can go through. Like, you know how high school is. You got like the regular line, you got a la carte, salad bar, just about anything you can think of. So, and they also have this line that you go through. I think it's only for the seniors, but I actually never went through it. It's a type of a la carte, and you don't even have to go into the cafeteria. You just stand at these 2 windows. Hopefully everything's okay. I did that one school I did for the whole week, last week. They actually were the cafeteria staff for a kind of like a needs kind of school, like where you're gonna drop like people who are at risk for dropping out of high school or dropping out of school, and they had a middle school and a high school, and so I got to serve the high schoolers, and I was okay. So, but they only had the regular line. They didn't have the a la carte and all that stuff. So, and the high school that I graduated from is pretty big. They have at least 2,000 students. So, school last week, they only have, I think, probably 500, if that. So, my high school, my graduating class had 500 and something students in it. So yeah, it's pretty big. That's better than the other school I was thinking about taking. They have, I think, 3,000 or 4,000. It's a huge school, and it's the other direction. It's not my high school. It's a different school, but they had a 3-week job on there. And I'm like, if nothing else comes up, I didn't get to work today. I called this one school had a 4.5-hour job, and I called them, and they're like, oh, you have to talk to this other school, because it was like the school I worked for last week, how they are the cafeteria staff for this other school because they don't have a full cafeteria or whatever, and so they're like, oh, we don't deal with that, you have to call them. So I'm like, okay, because it was I think a 4-day job. It was all week, but it was only 4.5 hours. And this job I just took for high school, it's full day. It's from 6:45 in the morning till 2:15. That's as long as you could possibly work in one day with food service for the schools. So that'll hopefully make up for today that I couldn't work. But I called that other school, right, to get the job for the 4.5 hours, and they're like, we don't have anything to do with them. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And so I was like, I'm not gonna deal with this. It just wasn't even, I wasn't gonna call them back and say, oh, well, if you don't know your stuff, if you don't know your own school, I'm not gonna deal with that. So that's stupid. Like, how are you gonna put a job on there's this thing that comes up on the internet. It's basically like alerts you when there's jobs, and it tells you all the information, and then you can click a button to accept the job. Well, when they're multi-day jobs, it says accept multi-day. It won't let you accept one day out of the multi-day. You have to accept the whole thing. So you have to call to ask them in order to just accept one day. So I did not want to work 4.5 hours when I could be working 7. You know, I can't afford that right now. I mean, I put my volunteer application in yesterday, and also I guess you'd say inquired about their mentor program. They're starting a mentor program with the schools, and basically you tutor kids in like science and reading and help them with homework, things like that, whatever that particular child needs that they pair you with. And they might pair you with 2 kids, but they said they'd give me a call when they got started up and figured out what they were going to do or whatnot. And they're supposed to have like a orientation type of thing, so, and volunteer orientation, but I already explained the volunteering to you guys. But I'm so excited to start. I really, really want to do this because I can get a para job. So, yeah. I think this is a step in the right direction because I need more experience with kids. And I'm getting a lot better just from babysitting and all that kind of thing. Like, my anxiety, it's like, it goes from, okay, you got babies. Now, as long as the parents aren't there, it's just me and the baby, and I'm babysitting them, I'm fine. You know, it's like being alone. Just taking care of the child, you know? And then you start going up. 2, 3, I'm generally okay. I have a little bit of anxiety. And then 4, 5, 6, it's a lot more. And then 7, 8, 9, it's high school. That's the highest anxiety I can get, pretty much. Like, it's weird though, because it's like adults, I don't have as much anxiety, but me around people my own age, and I don't like that. You know, it's not, because those are the people that were bullied me, that, you know, that caused me all this pain throughout school, and they were my fear, I guess. So yeah, that's just an update, kind of what's going on, and yeah, so wish me luck tomorrow and the rest of this week. And vote. If you live in America, vote. Because this is a big election. This is my first election. I'm so excited. I got to vote. I only got to vote when I was 21 because when I was 18, the election was already over. I was 17 when the last election came around. So yeah, this is my first one. So I'm really excited. We're actually going to vote in a second. A few minutes. So, yay. So yeah. That's pretty much it. Hope you guys vote, and I guess maybe I'll make a video about the results tomorrow or something, I don't know. Bye.